I recognise, as the Treasury analysis confirms, working households have experienced the fastest rise in their cost of living. That's why, over summer, I asked Treasury and Finance to present us with options to help people with their cost of living, whilst importantly continuing the fight against inflation. Australians are looking for more help. Australians deserve more help, and today I can confirm that more help is on the way. Today I announce that from the 1st of July this year, our government will deliver a tax cut for every single Australian taxpayer. All 13.6 million taxpayers, not just some. Everyone who works and who pays tax will benefit. This is a plan for Middle Australia that delivers for every Australian taxpayer right up and down the income ladder, helping with the cost of living, nourishing aspiration and boosting participation, strengthening that connection between hard work and fair reward. Because we want people to earn more and we want them to keep more of what they earn. The first element of our plan reduces the lowest rate of income tax from 19 cents in the dollar down to 16 cents. This change means that taxpayers earning less than $45,000 will now receive a tax cut, and every working Australian will pay less tax on the first $45,000 that they earn. This is a significant boost for the take-home pay of Australians on modest incomes and for the many Australians who work part-time. An early educator or an aged care worker or a cleaner earning $50,000 will receive a tax cut worth over $900 a year. These tax cuts will provide meaningful help for parents returning to work, particularly women with young children. Because one of the things that we know is that when women with children are making decisions about how many hours they will work, an increase in their take-home pay is a powerful incentive. And this is where our broad and fair tax cuts that benefit workers also deliver for business by increasing workforce participation. Today, I also announced we will be increasing the low-income threshold at which the Medicare levy applies. This means 1.2 million low-income earners will either remain exempt from paying the levy or they'll pay less in tax. But it doesn't stop there. Our government understands that middle-income Australians need help with the cost of living now more than ever. And this is why Labor's tax cuts are fairly and squarely focused on middle Australia. The second tax rate will be cut from 32.5% down to 30%. And that will apply all the way up to $135,000. We will be retaining the 37% rate, but that will now apply from $135,000, an increase up from the current position of $120,000. The threshold for the top tax rate of 45% will also be increased. It will now kick in at $190,000, up from $180,000. I note that this is the first increase in the threshold for the top marginal tax rate since 2008, and that others occupied the position for almost a decade and it did not shift one bit. Now, I want to take you through what these changes will deliver for people. The average wage in Australia is $73,000. A person earning that will now get a tax cut of more than $1,500 a year, more than double what they would have got under the plan put forward by Scott Morrison. Consider a full-time worker earning $100,000 a year. They will get a tax cut of over $2,100. Over $800 more for these middle-income earners because of our changes. For a family on the average household income, which is around $130,000, with one partner earning $80,000 and the other $50,000, their combined tax cut will be over $2,600. This is more than $1,600 more than they would have got under the old plan. And someone earning over $190,000, such as politicians, will still get a substantial tax cut of over $4,500. Our plan will more than double the benefit for Australians on the average income, and it will look after low-income earners and part-time workers as well. So someone working at Australia's largest employer, Woolworths, earning $40,000 will now get a tax cut of over $650. Under the Morrison plan, they would have got nothing, not a dollar. And crucially, just like our other measures assisting people with the cost of living, our tax cuts will not add to inflation. We have taken the unusual step, shouldn't be taken as a precedent, to publicly release the advice from Treasury, because it makes it so clear, and I quote, "This option is broadly revenue neutral and will not add to inflationary pressures and will support labour supply." The Treasury Secretary and the Treasurer have both consulted the Governor of the Reserve Bank on our changes, who expects that there are no implications for the RBA's inflation forecasts.